Hey everyone out there on YouTube, this is Leo here, one of the members, a part of the Colorado Overland Adventures group. I'm normally the person driving around the green Dodge Ram 1500, as well as a black rodeo back in the past as well. I'm actually going to be telling you one of my own stories that I've done. I've went out to Indiana, bought a beautiful Jeep 1984 J10 model. It's right now in the works of still being rebuilt. However, I plan on taking it off-roading here shortly. Nonetheless, this wonderful Jeep J10 went down to Wakita, Oklahoma for the 25th anniversary of Twister. So stick with me here. I'll be going over some. I realize I don't have enough B-roll, so I'll be going over a few photographs as well as video clips of my own voiceover to explain what's going on. So anyway, stick with me here. Catch you here soon. Heading up towards North Platte for our first gallon of gas. Now I'd like to mention, just going to Indiana and back, a lot of my videos do look like this. I do apologize ahead of time, but a lot of the rest of my footage that I got when we're out in Wakita working on the Jeep and whatnot does not look like this. So I do apologize. The first part of my video is going to kind of look like this. Nonetheless, do enjoy my little journey. There is some clips here and there that is a full view and it ain't cropped out because the cell phone recorded it wrong, and that totally actually is not my fault. The phone did something weird. Nonetheless, enjoy the trip. A little backstory: I found this truck through the Extreme on his Facebook page. He was selling it for quite a handsome amount of money, but it was worth it all in the end. Got it up and working and brought it to the 25th anniversary of Twister. So enjoy watching a little bit of my adventure, alright? Well, the first gas station on our stop, we're here in North Platte, Nebraska. Not too bad. Got about 250 miles before the first fill-up.
Turn right, then turn left.
Only about 800 more miles to go, or so, give or take. I'll be watching this little blog here for the Coverland, even though I wanted my head honcho, Jesus Denver, also known as Sony Nihon, on it. Sadly, he had work, and this is a Thursday, so stay tuned more, folks, because you'll be seeing some more traveling shortly. Mostly during the day. At night, there ain't really much anything to film except darkness and semi-trucks. So, as we keep going, here we are. Chicago, hello. Gotta drink to that. after being dragged onto a toll road that the GPS dragged me on, that I didn't want to be on. We finally made our way to Crown Point, Indiana. We had to wait for the Extreme to actually get home from his job, so I learned 30 minutes of how to turn a truck so much for my clutch. But other than that, my phone started dying from here on then out. And here's a photograph that I took when the Extreme got home and brought the truck out to us because we were parked on the side because I still couldn't completely back in my truck towards his house. So I then got a nice ride with him inside the Jeep, and between my phone dying and whatever else. Also, I can't thank the Extreme enough for helping me in getting the truck onto the trailer. Thank you.
You do have to ride the clutch little at first because 33s.
Okay.
But
I got 31, so I do know it a little bit with the truck. Hell yeah.
it is a Jeep. It's bouncy and it's noisy.
It wants to go though. It wants to climb and it wants to go.
It's still a Jeep that thinks it's a pickup truck. But it still behaves like a YJ or a CJ. It's still bouncy. It's still noisy. That's just the way they are.
I always love the sound.
And this is a CJ engine anyway.
The straight 6 is pretty nice. I was looking at this 360 AMC's V8s.
They have oiling problems.
That's what I was reading. Straight 6s are easy to work on too, versus V8s in my opinion.
They are. They're slower, but they seem to last a lot longer than the V8s do.
That's very true. Well, we're heading back Colorado way. Just got gas yet again. Off to Missouri. Welcome to Missouri. This will be in our wonderful video blog of the Coverland. This is St. Joseph. Look at the beautiful girder bridge for the railroad over there. And we're coming up to its position so barges and whatever else can go through it. At least I think that's a railroad bridge. I'm trying to figure out how to. That's definitely a railroad bridge. There we go, climbing on up. Going across the deluge of whatever's between Missouri River and Kansas. Kansas State Monitor. Through St. Joseph, Missouri down to Salina, Kansas. The weather seemed very well. We eventually got on I-70. Then I ran into some issues with the truck. I had an ABS problem, so I had to stop. Eventually got on the road, saw a beautiful sunset, then hit bad, icy, windy conditions. And I'm using a 1500, hauling a very heavy load, so it took us another 8 hours till we eventually got to the Colorado border and Burlington. Speed is about 25 miles an hour. Going about 45, 50 miles an hour. Anything higher than that, the trailer doesn't like it. The truck don't like it. But man, look at them wind turbines. Just about on the border of Burlington, Colorado. A little left. less than 200 miles away from home. But man, I wish some people would understand. Hey, we got flashers on. Just go around us. We're going slow. Jeez. I like that guy. He got real close to our rear end, then got around us. Jeez. Rather take it safe than sorry. Especially with the ABS system acting up. Due to the U-Haul trailer. No less. Here we are at Colorado. Oh, this ain't Colorado. Where's our welcome sign? Well, we'll see. We got 1 mile until the welcome border of welcome to Colorado. The winds have finally slightly died down, making it easier to go more than 40 miles an hour. Boy, Kansas took longer than Illinois did, in my opinion. You know, Illinois sucked too with all its toll road stuff. But here we are. It should be welcome to colorful Colorado here. 1 mile. 1 mile to the border. And you got all these wonderful flashing red wind turbine lights. It's not aliens like my Coverland later Sony Nihon would think, but it might be aliens, who knows. Burlington, 13 miles. When we got to Burlington, we hit very light flurries. But getting back to the Vault video, there's Arapahoe County. We are almost home. A wonderful 2,200 on board. I mean, on board from here and back. Very little sleep. But we're here Saturday night, left Thursday night, picked it up, already back. I don't think there's something I can do anymore in my lifetime. That just pushed me to my limits, especially running into snow, ABS lights, brake lights. Speedometer's acting up for no reason at all. Audio problems. Oh well. It is what it is. Back home safe and sound. Thank you for joining Thorn Killer, also known as one of the many members of the Coverland Adventure team. Be sure to join us some more for some more adventures here in 2021. I hope to be running the J10 Jeep, a part of our Osier trip down sometime in May. We'll see how that goes, depending on how well I can calibrate my carburetor. And that is all of part 1 of 9 for the Twister Coverland Adventures overland trip. This was from Colorado all the way out to Indiana and back, a little over 2,000 miles in a 3-day period. Very little sleep, but hey, got home safe. Everyone's happy and content. Now you get to see the wonderful part 2 of me working on the carburetor, a few detailed photographs, and getting it up and running. Part 2 is going to be a very small video compared to part 1. Part 3 is going to be of Wakita itself and our drive out there, and then going out to the movie locations of the Twister movie in Ponca City and the area around there, and heading back home.